And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
Right back to him on first down. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. They work now on 2nd and 9. On play action, they'll throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Derwin James on the coverage. They'll set up a throw. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Raiders are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Herbert throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. He's brought down at the 37-yard line. They'll drop to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He juked him, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
When I see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset, this is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down. They go play action here on 1st down.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Throwing, Jones. Throw out wide is incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's fourth down. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
The roughing the kicker called on fourth down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2nd and 9. Brings up 2nd and 9. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Here is 3rd and 5. After gain of 4, brings up 3rd and 5. Now Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Herbert now. And the Raiders have got him. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he had a nifty little deep juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up fourth down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Shreds the tackle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This is 2nd and 8. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. The Chargers ready to take over. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Herbert. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Looking to throw. Jones. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Here Jones gets it out quickly, complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Jones. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
And this one is right down the middle. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Griffith. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. But the LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is...
And this is caught. A big play there for L.A. 62 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw. Jones. Short throw caught by Bowers. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Looking to throw. Jones. He's got some room to operate. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's to the pylon and incomplete. On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And his pass incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any completions on first and second down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Jones now throwing to start the drive. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
It's a gain of 22 yards.
Back to throw again. That's to Bowers once again. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw. Jones. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. And the Chargers first down.
In motion goes the tight end. Here's Herbert. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Love. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Herbert. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Hands it off out of the gun. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. Play action. It's Herbert. And this one finds McConkey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Ladd McConkey from 10 yards out. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now Herbert off the bootleg. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31.
They'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Out of the gun, Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. He'll drop to throw. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And coughed it up. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 2nd and 9 now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this all the way down inside the Vegas 20. A big play there for L.A. 64 yards. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. Well, some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. At the 17-yard line. Herbert now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, it felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're...
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. from 17 yards out.
And the Chargers have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at weather. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And they will take a 7-point lead. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Brings up 2nd down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Brings up 3rd down.
He'll look to throw.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
That connection seemed to work out okay on the first play of the drive. Why not go right back to it? And once again, this defense is left without an answer as they surrender back-to-back 1st downs.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Love. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. Being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They'll set up a throw.
Pass complete right side to Bowers.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 45-yard line. They'll look to throw here.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Griffith. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Flush to his right. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth. All tied 4th quarter as the kick is away here. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chargers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
He finds his man, complete. It's Love.
And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Herbert to throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Raiders.
Herbert.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Here's 1st down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And they will take a 7-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So the Raiders now down by 7, 47 seconds remaining. And no other way to say it, they have blown a big lead, but a chance to rescue things late. Back to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
That's to Bowers once again.
I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Brings up third down and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Chargers, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they obviously